Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've done a good, solid, old-fashioned ranking. I guess technically we've done one while you've been out here. By the way, this is Neil. I'm sure you guys all know who this young man is. And the roles are kind of reversed. Now you've visited me, and I've visited you in the past.
Equal, yeah.
Yeah, now we're just kind of the last day again. Last time we had a trip, it kind of just ended up being me and you towards the end, and
Yeah, we made a bunch of
Yeah.
videos for my channel. I think maybe for yours as well.
yeah, and now once again,
Here we are again.
yeah, last two standing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do some more videos, and like I said, it's been a long time since I've done a ranking video, and now I have someone to kind of actually, you know, share my horrible ideas and opinions with. So that's exciting. But yeah, we have very different opinions on jerseys, don't we?
Very, very polarizing opinions for
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
So this is not just the jerseys, it's going to be the whole uniform. We are going to do the home jerseys first, which will be the video you're watching right now. Then we'll do the road, and then we'll do the third jerseys. And like I said, I think we already did the reverse retro ones a couple days ago, but we had a couple guests for that, and that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are going to do the whole uniform. So that's socks, gloves, helmet, all the stuff.
Lots to talk about. Bring it on.
Skates probably not included because everyone has their own different kind of
True.
skates, and those aren't part of the actual team uniform. So we're kind of get pretty much started off right away with number 32. Any guesses of who you think it might be?
I told you this before we started filming. I was trying to go through the possible ranking in my head. Kind of like just picking the opposite,
Yeah.
maybe, of what I like, because it seems to be a trend. But I also have to take into consideration maybe teams that you want for them to be a rebrand. Maybe you don't necessarily hate it, but maybe it's time for them to rebrand. So I'm not sure if that's part of your factor or not. So I honestly have no guess.
All right.
That's how unpredictable you are.
So I get accused sometimes of being biased, like, oh, you put this team at number one because it's your favorite team or whatever. It's the opposite for me. I'm usually biased towards a jersey, and that makes me like the team. So if there's a jersey I like, I might be biased and like the team. So
Okay.
some people, I think you'd probably get accused a lot of, oh, you're just biased because you're a Montreal fan.
All the time.
For me, it would be the opposite. You're just biased because you like that jersey.
Okay.
So
I'll keep that in mind as we go
yes,
through.
number 31, and we'll put the little image up here. The New York Islanders.
Number
Their home
31.
jersey. 32. Sorry,
Number
I'm not used to
32.
this yet.
Yeah.
It's been
The
a long time
Islanders.
since. Yeah.
Okay. I guess this surprises me a little bit. I think you're one of those ones who appreciate a more minimalistic, and
Yes.
clean jersey. So I'm a little surprised that the Islanders are.
I've never been a fan of this. The Islanders have had fantastic jerseys in the past. I do not particularly care for royal blue.
Okay.
When teams have royal blue and they've had navy in the past, 99% of the time, I like the navy blue better.
Okay. So,
So-
it comes down to the specific shade of blue.
Yes, for this case. Also the collar, I don't like. It's got that weird like fish neck collar thing kind of going on there. It's a solid uniform, but just doesn't really do anything for me. I know nostalgia probably plays a lot of factor, and a lot of people, including your own kind of opinions of jerseys. I try to stay away from that. I've said it 100 times.
So if this was whatever shade of blue that you wanted, where would this be in the ranking hypothetically?
If it was that jersey, the reverse retro, it would probably be in the top 50, top 20 maybe.
Wow,
It
okay.
wouldn't be last.
All
It
right.
would definitely would not be last. All right.
That's interesting to see how it's more color based than it is design
Yes.
based. So that's
All
good.
right. So where are we? 31. The Edmonton Oilers in their new home jersey.
I guess I'm not really surprised by that too much, because I know you like. I don't know if you like the orange one, the previous one.
I
but
do.
I know you want to buy it just from
Yeah.
off-camera conversations. So, yeah, this isn't too much of a surprise, I guess.
And again, kind of coming down to the shade thing of going from navy to blue, I think, or royal blue, plays a big role in it. But the biggest thing for me is they keep bringing this damn jersey back, and it just annoys me. They had it throughout the 80s, and a little bit into the early 90s. They got rid of it, and then they brought it back in 2010 or that kind of era with Taylor Hall and Jordan Eberle. And McDavid had that for his rookie year. They got rid of it, and now they're bringing it back again. Just enough. Like, just
Yeah,
Leave
the,
it alone.
the orange Reebok one came in, I think, as an alternate,
Yep,
maybe,
yep.
and then that one went away, and then the orange one came through into Adidas. You're probably super happy.
Yeah.
And then that one came out, and now the orange one is an alternate officially.
Yep.
Maybe this year. So
All right.
Yeah.
So next, number 30. This one is going to be interesting because it's completely contradicting everything I've said about royal blue and navy blue.
okay,
But the Winnipeg Jets in their home jersey.
I would strongly agree with this
Yeah.
one. I think
I think it's boring. I think it's outdated at this point. They need a change.
that's the word that I would use. So we're going on 11, 12 years.
Yeah,
as a team.
when it first came in, when they first came back to the NHL from Atlanta, I thought it was a really cool, interesting jersey. It was kind of a new take on the Winnipeg, which I
Yeah.
appreciated. It was kind of getting, what's the saying, like long in the tooth or whatever at this
Yep.
point. It's been around for a while. Overall, I really like the uniform. The pants all solid navy. They added a little bit of the aviator blue to the cuff of the glove. Solid overall uniform, but just not a big fan of this personally.
Yeah, I mean, some teams go long term, like Detroit, and they don't really
Yeah.
change things too much. Montreal, obviously, but a team like the new Winnipeg Jets, if you look at some of the alternate jerseys that they've come out with, they are fantastic.
Yes.
And now their worst jerseys in their kind of grouping are their home and away. So I agree with that ranking.
This next one is solely based on uniform. So number 29, the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh, okay, okay. I was shocked for a split second there, but
Yeah.
I know why, because they changed the color of the
Pants and the gloves and the helmet.
Yeah.
I am still, to this day, bothered by this. I actually lose sleep about this one. This one bothers me more than anything else. They're the next team coming up, I think, after this. Actually, we'll kind of go right into that one, and we'll kind of talk about the Avalanche a little bit
Okay.
as well. But just to make sure, yeah. Number 28, the San Jose Sharks.
Because that's a little surprising, because you bought the
Yes,
new
I
Sharks
did.
home?
No, the road one. It's
road
right
one.
behind you. Yeah. So
Somewhere.
the reason the Sharks I have one position higher is they did change the uniform. They got teal pants, teal helmets on the home one, teal gloves. At least they switched the jersey too.
That's
The
true.
Avalanche did not. They kept the jersey the same, and I think that was the wrong decision. They should have kept that classic Joe Sakic in the black look. You know, when Sakic and Forsberg were there, they had the black pants, black gloves, black helmet on their home jersey. The jersey is a little bit different for the Avalanche, but it's still pretty much the same. I think they should have just done something completely new then.
I can't remember if it's the home or the away that I don't like from Colorado. One I really like, I think it's the home.
I think you like the home one
Yeah,
better.
I don't like the away.
Yeah, I think
so.
you said you wanted the red pants on the road one.
Yes.
So it would have matched a little bit better. But
Yeah, so I guess we disagree for Colorado here.
yeah.
But
But the jersey itself for the Avalanche is one of my absolute favorite jerseys. I
it's
really
amazing,
like
yeah.
it.
Very
but
unique.
The uniform plays such a big role in it for me, and unfortunately, it's way down here at number 29.
that's okay.
And the Sharks, going back to 28, I think it's a step backwards. I think it's way too teal heavy.
I agree. I think it's a step backwards as well. Their jerseys were very clean, very, very nice. They used them for a while, I guess,
Yeah.
even through Reebok a little bit. But yeah, I think it is a step back a little
I
bit.
will say, I do think they did the texture right in the sleeve. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got to see that in person,
Yeah.
I think, on, what was it?
One of the stores we went
One
to.
of the stores we went to, and it looked really good. I think you could say that for maybe a lot of jerseys that have come out with some texture
Yeah.
in them as well.
And
some of the
San
retro
Jose
stuff.
knows how to do a good shoulder logo. Between the old home jersey and this new
Yeah.
home jersey, I think they have two of the best shoulder logos.
I completely agree with that, and that's something you'll probably not hear
Yeah.
hear said too much.
And
in this
also
video.
a fantastic number kit on the back. I don't know if you can. They had a very generic one kind of before, just that plain simple one. It's a little bit kind of wavy and bubbly in
I
here.
didn't notice that change. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't notice that change.
I think it's a solid change there, but the uniform not great.
I do like those numbers.
Yes. All right. Buffalo number 27.
Okay, then this is a surprise because the switch to the so popular blue
Yeah.
that everyone seems to love, the fact that you have it this low
Number 27.
is really confusing.
I don't like it. Again,
Why?
I like the logo on the jersey, the really kind of cool, intricate like detailing.
You
that
like
they
the
have.
darker?
Yes, 100%.
I strongly disagree with that.
Navy blue just looks more grown
It's
up.
so-
Royal blue looks childish.
It's so vibrant. It's so nostalgic to see that.
It's not my nostalgia. I'm not from the 80s. The goat head, that's
am.
nostalgia for me.
I guess, but
I don't know. I have very strong opinions about teams just always bringing out the retros and making them full time again.
it's retro, but it's like true to the heart as well. Like it's their core look. That's what you like is fake.
No, the Buffalo Slug's where it's at. And I think we both actually agree on.
Yeah, we do.
We both like the Buffalo Slug, so Buffalo fans probably won't like either of that opinion.
This is true.
All right, number 26. Oh, this one's a good one.
Okay.
Calgary Flames.
I'm actually surprised it's not last because I know how much you don't like it.
Yeah.
We've talked about this multiple times before the trip, during the trip. We got to see a Calgary game in person. So I'm surprised this isn't like literally last 32nd position. So walk me through it.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's not much to it. Again,
same
very
reasoning,
Ronald
retro?
McDonald. Yeah, it looks. I'm sure it looked fine in the 70s and 80s. Because obviously in the 70s it would have been the Atlanta Flames, but
Yes.
still the same like core template, the same striping and coloring. Yeah, it might have looked good then. Doesn't look good now. It's I guess everything that's old is new again, kind
Yeah.
of thing. But
Which I like. And I'm pretty sure that in my ranking video of these from last year, this was number 1.
so why can't teams try something new and different? And
They did. They tried something new that wasn't new, but it's still new.
I don't know.
I think Adidas did a wonderful job. I think the colors are extremely vibrant. Everything matches perfectly. When all the fans are wearing right in the stands, it's just you know where they're playing. You know what the fans are about. I love the vibe, the whole vibe.
I would be curious to see it. I know people will completely disagree with me. Take the exact same jersey right now. Don't change the jersey at all.
Okay.
Make the pants and the gloves black. Leave the helmet red.
Okay. Which they used to use in, was it the mid 2000s or?
Yep. I mean, very different style of jersey. There was
Very
a lot more
different
black and
style.
the provincial flags on there, which was my probably top five favorite jerseys of all time.
I guess I can't say definitively without seeing it.
Yeah, that'd have to be a Photoshop one.
I feel like it would be a downgrade for me personally, but I can't see myself disliking it.
But yeah, the overall uniform does not do it for me. That is way too much red heavy. Kind of same thing with Buffalo and San Jose.
All right.
And it just feels out of balance on the home. But maybe that's why I like a lot more road jerseys. I feel like it's a little bit better balanced.
Could be.
All right, next one, number 25, the Anaheim Ducks.
I completely agree with this.
All right, there we go. We got one.
It's for me. This is an easy peasy ranking or easy peasy decision here. Like I strongly agree with this. They are so in need of a rebrand, but like at the same time, that's a nice jersey.
It is a nice
Like it's a
jersey.
unique jersey.
Yeah.
The colors are nice. The striping in the interior
Is
section
unique.
is very unique. It's actually a really nice jersey, but it's just been around for so long, kind of like Winnipeg. It's just time for something new. I think at this
My
point.
favorite part of this is the pants. I love just the one pin stripe of orange on the pants. I think that looks fantastic.
I don't think I've ever noticed it.
Oh man, I notice so much in the little details on.
I love the
uniforms.
socks.
I do not.
They have great socks, in my opinion.
They wear them for the same third jersey. They look good for the third jersey. They don't. They look out of place on the home jersey.
Getting 2 birds stoned at once.
That's true. It's easier for the equipment managers and equipment staff. But yeah, fine jersey. I have a love-hate one. Like sometimes I'll see a picture and I'm like, man, that jersey looks good. But then I see it again. I'm like, man, time for a change.
I bet you one thing though, in 15 years, once they've been wearing their new generation of jersey for a decade, whatever, we're going to be very nostalgic towards this uniform.
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We got an agreement there. All right. So next one would be 24, and that's the Boston Bruins.
That seems appropriate.
The uniform I really like. Again, they're one of the few original 6 teams that changes their uniform, not regularly, but more than like Montreal or Detroit or Chicago.
Definitely, yeah.
Like them and Toronto aren't necessarily afraid to kind of switch it up. I mean,
Yeah, Montreal and Detroit are terrified to do anything.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
I really like the shoulders on the Boston
Me too.
jersey. It looks one of the few teams I actually have seen in person. They look amazing on the ice. I really like the uniforms, but it's still at the same time, a little bit boring.
Yeah, it is. I like the black pants, the black gloves, helmet, all that looks great. I don't like the change in the socks from the Reebok era. Pretty much for years and years past, they always wore yellow socks. It felt out of balance and out of place,
I don't remember that at all.
but that's what they had for their pretty much entire history.
Jeez, I don't
Like,
remember that.
if you look at any pictures from like 2011, well, 2017 and past, they all had yellow socks.
I would have bet $100 if you had asked me what kind of socks they wore back then. I would have said black with yellow
I
striping.
think too, I'm not 100% sure if they're absolutely identical, but they're identical to Pittsburgh's home socks, which I don't like. So
Jeez.
they downgraded essentially.
Okay.
That's why it would be a little bit lower. So I'm kind of getting nitpicky here with that one.
Yep.
But the jersey's fine. But overall, bad socks. Number 23, the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, I guess I should listen to what you have to say first because I have many things to say.
Too much like Toronto, not at their own identity. I don't mind the logo. I think the logo's all right. Not enough black.
I agree.
I would be totally cool if they kept the jersey kind of the same and made the equipment around it black to just balance it out a little bit. Too much blue. Overall, I think they just need a whole new redesign, to be totally honest. There's not a lot of black in the uniform. It's on the pants in the little lightning bolt, kind of outlined, and in the numbers. And that's it.
I'm waiting for you to say something I can disagree with, but I agree with all of it.
Perfect.
Everything that you just said, I feel the exact same way. So
Yeah, they have a decent jersey history.
they do. They
And
really do.
They could pull something out if they felt the need that they had to go retro as well. But they have so much potential to do something even better than anything they've ever had.
Honestly, just like when I think about them rebranding anything first, changing the jersey or adding some black in the jersey, even just hearing you say changing the pants to black and the gloves and stuff, just adding that a little bit of black and back into the uniform, I think would make a huge difference, differentiating them from the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that little simple suggestion.
I do find it funny that they introduced the black third jersey and then they kind of got rid of it when Toronto introduced their black third jersey. So both those teams kind of had blue,
true.
black, and white as
Yeah.
their jerseys, and it was weird, but they need to just kind of get away from them and
They need to do their own
differentiate.
thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got a little bit of an agreement there. Number 22 is the Philadelphia Flyers.
Is it because they're long in the tooth as well?
Yes.
A little bit? Yeah,
I loved them when they first came out, and they kind of reintroduced those as a third jersey, or as a third jersey, and then it became the home jersey. Solid uniform. They did make a uniform change this year. Did you notice it at all?
No.
The gloves
Think
changed.
so? No, I wouldn't
Their
have.
their cuff became white, and then the lettering, like where the brand would be, became orange. So they just had an all black glove essentially before.
And that's why you know more about uniforms than I do.
I thought it was a nice little subtle change. Subtle change there being the key word. Colorado could have learned something from that. So they just went, there you go, and flipped up the chessboard. And,
Pretty much.
the rumor is that they're going
co-
to be getting a new home jersey next year.
It's coming. The thing about Philadelphia is they've never, in my opinion at least, have never had a bad uniform look
No.
or uniform like a jersey
agree.
or anything like that. So your ranking it is appropriate based on the fact that they need a new jersey. But like nothing they've
No,
ever done is wrong.
it's-
That the current home of we're talking about is
nice.
It's nice.
But
It's
there's
fine.
just way better ones.
I think whatever they do, it'll be very well received as
Yeah.
long as it's in the same kind of realm.
As long as they don't change the logo, I think Flyer fans won't really care what they do.
Yeah, totally.
Number 21, the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Okay.
Now, this is, again, kind of going back for you with nostalgia. I feel like the reason why you would probably like this jersey.
Yeah, this is actually higher than I would have expected for your ranking.
There was just a lot worse ones. I wanted to get this one lower, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I grew up as a Pittsburgh fan, like as little Kale and medium Kale. I was a big Pittsburgh fan. They were a horrible team back then. This jersey never, by the time I had any kind of consciousness about hockey, this jersey was gone. It was the Robo Penguin at that point. But I don't know, there's just something about it. It's just dirty and grimy, and
Dirty?
yeah, I don't know. Every time I see like old hockey cards of this one, the lighting in the arena, nostalgia has hurt me for this one
Okay.
seeing.
I just I guess I'm maybe the word is biased here because I just like you can put any team you want on that. I really like the layout of this. I like the balance of color. This whole section here that holds the number. I love when I see that on jerseys, regardless of team. So I guess that's one of the main reasons why I like this home and away.
I like
but-
that you like that. I think
Yeah?
that's kind of cool because that doesn't matter to me on this one.
No,
It'll be interesting though when we get to the
Okay.
whites. Again, with the uniform, like the socks, pretty much the exact same as Boston.
I think you're right.
They might be a
That's-
little bit more spread out than
Is it
Boston's.
switched? Is there
No.
two?
It's the exact same color. I think
The position's almost identical.
Yeah.
I would say.
I
their
don't like
pants.
I don't like the gloves that they have. I think they should be all black. I do like the pants.
Pants are
I think
awesome.
the pants look pretty good. They don't work with the third jersey though. But that's a
No,
story
not
for another
really.
video.
That's coming.
Yeah. All right. Number 20, the Nashville Predators.
Again, and probably with this one, I'm surprised that it's not last. Basically, for
So
me,
I think we have two kind of different opinions.
yeah, we definitely.
You don't like it at all, I don't think.
No, not really. This is I think one of the worst, if not the worst, uniform in the league. Specifically the away. I know we're talking home here, but home isn't great either. I'd like a little bit more blue up top. I think it's just a lot of yellow.
See, and for me, I think the jersey is almost perfect. It's completely ruined by the uniform for me.
So we'd prefer a different color helmet other than yellow.
It should be navy.
Okay.
All the gloves should all be navy. They should take the yellow off the gloves and the yellow stripe on the pants
I'd be okay for that change
because it would just add a bit better balance between how much yellow that they
Yes.
currently have. It would just add a little bit to it. I mean, it wouldn't fix all the problem. I do think they should probably make a new jersey in general. But that small little change, I think, could help kind of tone down how much yellow there is.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I don't like how much yellow. It's way too much.
Yes, someone agrees that
But-
there's too much yellow in the uniform.
But I do like the jersey itself. I love the number kits on them. They're fantastic.
Yes, they're one of the best number kits in the entire NHL.
Number 19, Vegas. So this is a new home jersey. So we're not talking about the gray one.
This is an awkward
talking about
conversation because I mean Vegas has had that home jersey forever, and then just now
Yeah.
they switched, so it's a bit odd
Yeah.
because we've had conversations about this jersey as an alternate jersey.
Now we're
But as
talking
a
about it
home
as a home jersey.
It changes things a little bit.
It feels, the gray pants feel right, but they feel weird. I've never seen gray pants, I don't think, before on a team. Sorry I know some people call them breezers or shorts or whatever, but
They call them breezers.
I think down in like Minnesota or something, they're called breezers.
Oh goodness.
Weird. We call them hockey pants, but
Yeah.
the gray feels weird. The white gloves feel odd on this jersey. I don't know why they don't wear the gold helmet with this jersey. Like,
That's one criticism I will agree with. Disagree with everything else
Yeah.
you said, but I agree with the gold helmet.
I think the gold helmet would look cool with a white jersey.
It would look cool as a white jersey.
I think that would be actually.
Yep.
I didn't think of that until I just kind of looking at these. I think that could work. But what are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts on this are they're called the Golden Knights. So having a home jersey that is gold primarily in front of their fans,
Makes sense.
I think makes sense. And as one of the few arenas I've been to has actually been the T-Mobile Arena, it just screams Vegas.
It does.
So to have that gold ridiculous jersey as their home jersey makes perfect sense to me. And I like it in general.
It is a nice jersey. Just not, from what I hear, the most comfortable jersey to wear.
Oh no, it's the worst to wear.
I wonder what the players feel like wearing it. Like,
I don't know. I've never held or seen a made in Canada version
Yeah.
in my
That'd be
life.
interesting to
so
see.
I would love to see that in person.
I don't think it's a great home jersey. I think they downgraded, but it is very Vegas, and I cannot take that away from them at all.
Pretty quick to change up your home jersey for a
Right?
team.
Was it 6 years?
That might be a record.
Number 18, Washington.
Yeah, I guess I disagree with this one in the sense that it's too high. I would have put this probably like late 20s or maybe even last. I just feel the same thing with Washington
Yeah.
and Philadelphia. It's just been around for too long.
Did you notice the uniform change they made last year? Or I guess maybe it was 2 years ago now.
Other than the add-on helmet, no.
No, they added 3 little stars on the pants.
Oh, I did
were-
notice.
yeah.
Okay, now that you mentioned that, I do remember seeing that.
Just a small little change. I like that.
Yes, that's nice.
I'm one of the few people I think who likes this jersey quite a bit. Like,
You don't think it's like
it
dated?
is now, but it's one of those ones that for some reason, I really, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, I'm like, man, it sucks. It's awful. It probably would have been last.
Wow.
But I've kind of come back. I'm like,
Is it because they won the Stanley Cup in it, and there's a bit of like
that would
lore
be,
around that?
I think, affected more on the white one.
Yeah.
Which I like a lot better. So that one will be a little bit higher, I believe.
Hmm.
But I don't know. There's just something about it. It just screams Ovechkin. Like, that's what I think of him in it. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be forever linked to him.
That's true.
And I've really enjoyed watching his chase to the goal record.
And maybe they don't change it until he's gone.
That's what I think that's going to happen. Once he's gone,
They need to revitalize the organization.
And
in
I think
general,
when he goes, it will be time to do something new. But for right now, I do like it.
All right.
All right, number 17, Toronto.
Yeah, if you're going to take Tampa and you're going to take Toronto, two very close, or two uniforms that look very close to each other, and you're going to say, okay, you go with this look, it's going to be Toronto in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I kind of like where you have Toronto here for this ranking.
I love the logo. I know you're like the 90s. Like
I
Harold
prefer the
Ballard
90s one. I think
era.
of like Felix Potvin
Matt Sundin.
and you know, Gilmore and Wendell Clark. Like that's kind of the era that I grew
Thinks
up
of
in.
completely different people. I think of Alex Ponikarovsky and Jason Blake and Vesa Toskala.
Yeah.
So we think of very different people when we think
Yeah.
of that logo.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like on this uniform is that white stripe on the pants. But I think it would look odd if they took it off.
Why don't you like it?
It just feels out of place for me. There's no reason. I have no explanation for it, and I think it would look worse if they took it off. But I don't like the
Interesting.
white stripe there.
There's some teams where I really notice the stripe on the pants. Like, I think maybe like Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I
I think it.
I wouldn't, if you asked me if there was a stripe on the Toronto pants before looking at that photo, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Some teams I just don't notice it.
I think maybe like a logo or something on them instead of some. It might be worth trying, but I don't know. That's just me. But solid jersey. I really like the jersey.
It's very, very original, so it's very Maple
Yeah.
Leafs for sure.
Number 16, Vancouver Canucks, the one that I'm wearing right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like Philadelphia. Like, I feel like it's been around for a while, but it's nice.
Yeah.
They made a wonderful decision getting rid of the Vancouver
Yes.
above the logo 3 years ago.
And then making the shoulder patch white instead of blue.
Yes, and making
It
yes.
stands out a little bit better.
They've made some really good subtle changes. Where the uniform is now, where this jersey is now, I think is a pretty good spot. I'd be okay if they changed, but I'd be okay if it stuck around for another
And
5 or so years.
I haven't heard an official thing, but I think everyone kind of expects next year that the Flying Skate will be the new home jersey.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're getting at, eh?
It seems like it, like they've, like their branding and everything, like in the arenas, seem to kind of change. Like the scoreboard, like when on TV.
They redesigned the alternate jersey to make it better.
Yeah.
Why would you do that just for like for an alternate jersey just for a couple of years?
so
Like clearly the direction is going there.
Which I'm fine with. I do prefer the green and blue. I think that's a unique color scheme that not really anyone else has. So I'd be sad to see it go. But did you notice also with them, they made a uniform change this year?
I know, I don't think so.
And this is what confuses me. If they were to switch, I'm not sure why they would do it. But they're on their pants for the home and away, they took off the striping. And it's just a solid blue pant now.
Oh, that's okay. Now that you say that, I remember talking about this in my video, which would have been last year's uniforms. So
Yeah.
I didn't notice that for this year.
So keep that in mind for the road rankings. That
Okay.
might
Tune into that video.
coming
soon.
effect. All right, where are we at here? What's next? Number 15, the St. Louis Blues.
Oh, that's a little surprising, actually.
So for me, it's not that it's bad in any way. There's really honestly nothing I would change about it. I just think there's 15 or however many that are better.
Okay. There's going to be those teams.
Yes.
It's just simple.
There
There's
is.
middle ground teams.
Yeah.
So.
Again, absolutely perfect. Nothing I would change about it. I think it's amazing, to be honest.
On paper here, I'm
Yeah.
looking at the NHL uniform database here. All the colors match. I can tell you from looking at multiple photos of this uniform, they fail to get the color accuracy in the pants. It's
Which
one of those teams that fail.
I think a lot of teams do. I don't know if that just comes down to different manufacturers between.
Could be, but if there's 31 teams that get it wrong and there's one team that get it right, there's no excuse for the 31 other teams. Get it right.
That's weird that I'm so detailed and picky with my uniforms, but I don't care about that, and that's the one that you
That's
do.
weird that you don't care about that. It's got to match.
Like if it's like a tinge off.
It's very noticeable. You go look at St. Louis.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah,
bugs me. Man, it
yeah,
bugs
that's
me.
very weird how different we are on some things.
Yeah.
Number 14, Florida.
Oh, that's a little surprising as well. I would have picked top 10
Yeah.
or I would have predicted that you would have had it in top 10.
So again, kind of St. Louis. Nothing wrong with it, but I think there's just better.
Do you think if they changed the pant color?
No, I think it's perfect.
Okay.
Helmet, all navy. Pants, all navy. The gloves, all navy. Works great. Kind of contrasts the red a little bit.
Okay.
They did also make a uniform change in the jersey this year. Or maybe it was last year and I just kind of noticed it this year.
Does it have to do with?
The numbers.
No, okay, then
They took out the little holes, like so there's no more
so
perforations.
same
It's
as
just a,
yeah. Was
which a few teams did.
Edmonton do that as well?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But Edmonton's kind of makes sense because they changed the whole jersey itself.
Yeah. Wow. That's.
But yeah, again, not bad, just much better out there.
The things you notice and the things I notice are very different.
Number 13, Chicago. I feel like a lot of people, Chicago fans specifically, will be disappointed that it's.
I mean,
so low.
13's a top half of the league ranking, but yeah, fans will be disappointed in this. It's very iconic. This is a uniform that I didn't like in the Reebok years. I didn't like in the beginning of the Adidas years, but for whatever reason, it could be just because Chicago's fallen down and now they're the underdog, and I like to cheer for underdogs. Could be because of that. I've really come to appreciate this jersey and uniform. I actually really like it.
I have no issue with it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the best overall hockey uniforms. The pants look great. The gloves look great.
I love the pants.
The helmet looks good with the red jersey. I've had it pretty much since I was born. Like it's just all I know for Chicago, pretty much. So this one is nostalgic for me. Chain stitching looks great on the logo,
Beautiful.
but it's been around. I'm so used to it. It doesn't excite me anymore.
Well, Kane's gone. Jonathan
true.
Taves, question marks.
Yeah.
Keith is long gone. I wonder if it's kind of like, when Washington, when Ovechkin goes, they change it up. Now that all these big guys are gone from Chicago, maybe we see something a little bit different.
I doubt it.
I doubt it, but
I would put 1,000. I'd put 200 of my 300 jerseys on the line.
I wouldn't disagree, but I think we're going to see an alternate jersey from them.
That I would agree, and I would not put any money on that because I think I would lose that. Number, what is it, 12?
Yes.
Yes. Montreal Canadiens, your team.
Okay.
Thoughts, opinions, comments?
I'm not disappointed. I can see, like, there's really two schools of thought for the really traditional uniforms. Either you love it and you like. There's the true traditionalist never wants it to change. It's always going to be top 5. You can throw Chicago in there like that, Detroit in there as well. But then there's going to be millennials who like when things change and stuff like us, and it's just like are just bored of it.
Yes.
So I can see this being like if everyone was to rank these, if someone had it Montreal number 1, wouldn't surprise me. If they had it 32, wouldn't surprise me. So it's a fair ranking.
The uniform is just very, again, something I've just grown up with. I'm used to it. Obviously, little changes here and there throughout pre-Reebok era to Reebok to now Adidas, the collar and stuff like that. But the overall theme has kind of remained the exact same. I love it. I think it's gorgeous.
The worst part is the collar. I hate the collar.
The collar, and that is strictly an Adidas kind of thing because the Reebok one looked fantastic.
It did, and what's frustrating is that Chicago had the same problem on the first couple of years of Adidas, and they changed theirs.
Yeah.
They fixed it, and Montreal didn't,
Yes.
and that's annoying.
It kind of is almost like a blend of the Reebok era collars because they started out with a different collar and ended out with a different collar. It's kind of like they merged them together. But yeah, I would say honestly probably like a 9.5 out of 10 for me. I think it's good. I'm not doing star ratings for all of them, but I like that one a lot.
Nice.
Number 11, the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, this one surprises me because I would have, in my personal ranking, this would be quite low, just because I want them to change.
I do not.
But I guess like Philadelphia, I don't know why I keep using Philadelphia as an example, but it's nice. Like there's nothing I really dislike about it.
I really like the number kit on the back. I think that's
They do have a really nice number kit for sure.
The jersey itself, the subtle little pinstriping on there, it looks great. Yeah, I just really like it. I think this is one of the few teams that upgraded when they went from Reebok to Adidas in the collar.
I would agree with that.
No complaints. I really like it a lot.
Good stuff.
Number 10. This one will be a little bit of a debate. The LA Kings.
Ooh, this is going to be a fiery debate, I think.
So I think I would have 2 years ago, I would have had them quite low.
Just 2 years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, just seeing highlights or pictures, all of a sudden I found myself feeling nostalgic because I really liked this jersey when they first came out in the early 2010s.
Well, I mean, they've got 2 Stanley Cups in this
Yeah.
uniform as well.
And
so
I there's something about it. I just really like that plain, simple colorway, just black, silver, white. That's now I think they have better jerseys in their history.
I think on TV, this is where they fail for me.
Yeah.
Up close, very pretty jersey. You get to see a lot of the detail and the striping and stuff. And if it's one of those teams that I would split the ranking. I'd have to do like an in-person, up close,
Yeah, and then a
and
TV.
then like a TV ranking or
Yeah.
something. So
Again, as a small little uniform change that they made a few years ago, they added gray into the glove. They used to just have like pretty much an all black glove,
Okay.
but now they have a little bit of gray. So a subtle little change that I think works. It's not too in your face, but yeah, I there's something about it, man. I love it again,
yep, that's not for me, but I appreciate that you.
and I like the
That's
number
for
kit too. Again, unique. It's not just one of the generic box ones that you can just get on any jersey. It's got a little bit of character.
Yeah,
to
I like when teams put personality in their
it.
kits.
Number 9, Seattle.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'd be very curious to see your ranking in 5 years from now.
Me too.
If nothing changed, because it's still new.
Yeah.
The Seattle kind of like it's like Christmas present almost. Like you just like new colors, new design kind of thing.
In the reverse retro one, I talked a lot about concepts on your channel that people were doing. I think there's much better concepts out there. I think
Okay.
there's some really cool ideas out there, but
There are.
it's simple, it's nice, it's different colors than anyone else has, and I really like that. So I don't really have any fault with it.
And that's not a jersey you have, right?
No, it's not.
Which is surprising because there's 300 jerseys behind us.
Yeah. Weird. Number 8, I expected this one to be higher. Ottawa.
Ottawa, I strongly agree with this one because I think their rebranding that they did was a great change. A little surprising that maybe you have it so high because it's retro.
Yes, this is a jersey, I don't know, because I really liked it when I was younger, and I always wanted to buy it, and I could never find one on eBay or whatever. So when they announced that they were pretty much redoing this one, like, yes, I can finally buy the jersey that I wanted when I was a kid. It's just simple,
It's very simple. It's very clean. It's a no-nonsense jersey.
very no nonsense. That's the best way to describe it. Uniform looks fantastic, just all black, mean looking jersey. Black and red, I think, is one of the best color combinations out there.
And we've had the luxury of seeing
The white
this
one.
uniform in person. I guess the white one, but I mean
Yeah.
just like the uniform, regardless of home and away.
Yeah.
The new brand in person.
Yes, yeah.
And it looks so good.
It does. I think it's. I liked the previous one too. So for me, it wasn't necessarily an upgrade. I liked both, but I just really like this one a lot.
Nice.
All right, so that would make us going to number 7, the
we're
Minnesota
getting-
Wild.
Let me ask you this.
Yep. No.
I can't ask you this. I need to wait till the other video to ask you this. So
All right, now I'm curious.
you gotta wait.
I love it. I really liked their Adidas red one, the one that, like, kind of the Christmas one that apparently a lot of people don't like, which blew my mind. But I thought this was a even better upgrade over that, and this is just amazing. Uniform looks good. I think maybe they could use a stripe on the pants, but I pretty much spent the whole video saying I don't like stripes on pants, so maybe if I saw it, I wouldn't like it.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's just something about it I just really like.
Yeah, this is one of those jerseys that, or one of those teams that really hit a home run, in my opinion, when they switched from Reebok to Adidas. And I don't want their home uniform, to change probably for the rest of the decade.
Yeah.
I would say that's how much I like it.
All right, good. Number 6, the Carolina Hurricanes. So not that jersey anymore.
this jersey.
It's the black one.
Surprising a little bit, but
Surprising.
of all your strong opinions, I'm sure that the strongest opinions that you have are likely with the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yes, definitely.
Since they're your favorite team. So I guess I'm not super surprised that it's not first, but I'm not surprised that it's in the top 10. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like, I knew it almost had to be in the top 10, but I didn't know if it was going to be first.
It looks great on TV. Again, the black
It sure does.
and red color combination, the slight heathering in the red, subtle little detail that you're not going to see on TV, but
Yeah.
seeing it in person, the gray shoulders, the pants being all black, fantastic. The helmet being black,
Yeah.
just red accents on the glove. I think it's
It's one of those jerseys that look really good from far away and great up close.
Yeah.
You get the texture, like you said, and the state flag that is, I don't even think you could see it from farther away.
Yeah.
But up close, you just like, oh, wow, that's there. That's cool. I like when
Yes.
teams kind of do that and put little Easter eggs in their jerseys, I guess.
yeah. But I do think they should probably have a red as their home jersey. I think black is one of those ones that should be a special kind of.
I would
your
agree
third
with that.
jersey, so that's probably why it's a little
Yeah.
little lower than I think some people might think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Number 5, the Arizona Coyotes in the Kachina.
That seems like a reasonable, like if you took a global ranking of all the home jerseys,
I f-
it took the average, I feel like Arizona in 5th would be predictable.
I think so. I try to stay away from the nostalgia, but I can't help it with this one. Like this literally is like 7-year-old me watching
It's too iconic.
the Ducks and the Coyotes play.
Yeah.
Like,
It's amazing.
yeah.
It really is amazing. And someone who's new to hockey who came in and saw this jersey might think, oh, there's like, what's up with the stripes? There's all kinds of stuff going on.
It's
This repeating pattern.
weird.
And there's, what's the logo? It's like all kinds of shapes and stuff. I don't like that. But to anyone who actually watched hockey back then and now sees it come back, it's just,
'cause
hits you right in the heart.
People who are older than us would have hated it, and
Yes.
that's the reason why it left for so long is because people thought like, what the hell is this monstrosity?
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, we brought it back. So, yay 90s jerseys, boo 80s jerseys.
Yeah.
For me. All right, number 4. Where are we getting here?
Top
Detroit.
4. Detroit. I would say predictable because I know you like I think maybe the first thing I said in the video was you like simplicity.
Yes, and that's
and
100% what it is. They haven't changed anything, and they don't need to change
Yeah, it's an
anything.
amazing uniform. It looks so good in photos, on video, on the ice. Like it just
In person,
it
like
just looks
it's
so
just,
good. They don't
um,
need to change anything. Like I think it's. I'm trying to think of something I would change, but I don't know.
I think they could build. They don't change anything, but I think they could add jerseys, have third jerseys or more specialty jerseys, because these are very overused. Like we're used to these. These have been
they're
around
very overused.
forever. So I think they should introduce something new in terms of a third jersey or a stadium or Winter Classic or something. Like it's been a while since they've.
This is a little off topic, but I want to ask you a question. If they've created a third jersey, same design, but the red becomes black,
100%
what color's the pants?
red.
Red?
Yeah,
Color's the helmet?
red,
Gloves?
red.
Okay. I'd like
Yeah.
to see that.
I think I actually made a concept on NHL
Did you?
22 or something
Nice.
or something like that. I thought it looked pretty nice, but did you notice the uniform change they made this year?
No.
So, in the preseason, you know how their A and C's
They
on this
switch it?
side? The preseason it went over to this side like they had during the
Yeah.
Yzerman era. Then when they moved it back over here when the season started, it became a lot smaller. If you look at a picture from Dylan Larkin from this year, and you look at a picture from Dylan Larkin from last year, the C is a different size.
Did not notice.
Now you do.
No.
Now you know.
Now I know. The more you know.
Yep. Number 3, Dallas.
Yeah, I disagree with this one, but again, it's one of those like I don't dislike it. I just think there's better options out there, and yeah, I guess I'll just leave it at that.
This one is one that the uniform carries it. I love the pants, the striping, the green and white on the pants, the all black gloves, the black helmet. Perfect uniform.
Yeah, I agree with the black. If those were green pants instead of
Awful.
black pants, it would be significantly worse in my
Yes.
opinion.
And Avalanche, are you listening? But I know people want the Stars jerseys, like the 90s ones, to come back. And I would be okay with that. I think I would actually really love that because I love those ones.
Yep.
Again, 90s jerseys, yay. But man, I think they did a great job when they rebranded in
They did.
2013 or something, whatever it was. And I really just like it. It's sharp, it's clean, it stands out, it's different from everyone else.
It's a really bold decision by them to rebrand the way
Yeah.
that they did, and it's held up quite well. It still looks quite modern.
All right, last 2.
That's two.
Who are you going through in your mind here to see who?
I really have just struggling to.
They're rivals. They're very big rivals. And
I
have
don't
them one and
know.
two.
How can I not think of these teams?
All right, number 2, the New York Rangers.
Oh my God.
I
Jeez.
love this jersey.
The New York Rangers.
Yes. So diagonal word mark, no logo on the jersey. Not a typical thing people like, but they pull it off better than anyone else.
It looks great. I mean, I don't like it, but it does objectively look great. And I love the fact that they wear red pants.
Yes, it throws.
That's awesome.
Balances the whole thing
Yeah.
a lot better. The blue helmets look great. The gloves being all 3 colors quite heavily. Unique numbers kit. I think it's one of the best.
Yeah, there's no denying it's a nice uniform for sure.
Have you figured out what number 1 is?
New Jersey?
New Jersey
Yeah.
Devils. This is something I never thought I would like, but when they came over from Reebok to Adidas,
Yeah.
100% amazing.
The squared off shoulders for me is just sets this apart as one of those top tier ones.
Yeah.
I really, really, really like this uniform, and I got to see a preseason game in Summerside, PEI. They played the Ottawa Senators, and so I got to see. I think they wore red in that game. Actually, I don't know, but I know that they wore both. Maybe it was they changed up for warm up or something. I know I saw it in person,
Yeah.
and it looked awesome. And that was the moment I'm like, wow, that's a nice uniform. That's a nice jersey.
I think they're amazing. Just everything about it, I think it works really nice. The black pants, I think they actually, I can't get the picture to goddamn load. Yes, they added some gray onto the pants, which I thought was weird. The New Jersey logo on one of the pants is gray, so I thought that was kind of odd. But there's a new recent change, but super small. Not many people will notice it. Doesn't bother me, so I didn't. But I like the squared off shoulders. I like the very minimal waist stripe on the bottom.
Yes.
And
Yes, that's rare.
yeah, I think it looks fantastic. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like squared off shoulders, and some people.
Yeah, I'm in the minority. I like squared off shoulders, and people tell me all the time I'm wrong.
And I think there's room for both.
There's definitely room for both.
I wouldn't want every team to have squared off shoulders, and I wouldn't want every team to have round shoulders.
Yeah, and if you're going to do squared off shoulders, you got to make sure that the rest of the jersey complements it. Same with rounded shoulders. Like I think the Tampa Bay Lightning reverse retro
Yep.
behind me somewhere.
Somewhere.
I think they did a good job.
Yes,
with the rounded shoulders
100%.
there.
Well, that pretty much does it for that. That's probably a long one, so hopefully you guys had some snacks for that, and we got 2 more long ones to do for you.
Gotta hit the subscribe button to see those ones. They're probably coming soon.
All right, take care, guys. Bye.
Adios.